Hello, and welcome back to the Early Bloomers podcast.
Hey guys. I mean, the energy feels a little off, you know.
Yeah.
We're filming this on Thursday, so post 2 days of
Letting it simmer.
letting it simmer. I'm still feeling a little weird about it.
Yeah, I've shed a lot of tears. I've also made a lot of jokes, which isn't great, but
I mean, what else are you to do when you feel stuck than like try to use humor?
yeah.
Like, bitch, that's why we're sitting here right
Yeah,
now.
that's probably
trying
exactly
to
what's
find
going to
something
go on
do.
right now.
Yeah. I mean, fuck.
It's not good. It's
not.
really bad.
I mean, no, but I mean, it's already happened. The only thing we can do now is just try to keep our head up and like
Keep our head up,
together.
get to work,
Get to work, bitch.
keep moving,
Get to work.
Organize.
I'm a big user of blame. So like right now, and you feel the same way. Like when we're out, we literally just went to go get sandwiches, and Ashley's like, the waitress. She's like, I love her vibe, but I don't know who she voted for. Like,
I can't trust you.
I can't trust you. And I feel, I mean, it's 2 days in. Like at this point, we're going through all the stages of grief, and right now we're at blame.
We're at blame. That's the stage we're at, and it's just also excuse my lisp. It's
Oh yeah,
so bad.
I actually got Invisalign.
Yeah, but it like prior to the election, I was walking around like happy as a clam. I was like, Kamala's
Really?
gonna win. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was
was
feeling myself.
blindsided as fuck.
And then it hit, and now I'm like, oh, I can't trust any of my surroundings.
No,
like,
I mean, no. I mean, it's even like even when I was voting, because when I had the little ballot, I'm like,
yeah,
bro, I think
I'm
we have
looking
this in
around
the back. I'm
room.
like, it's not even just the president; it's also the propositions in California that didn't pass. Is like, it's scary. We're in dark times.
It's
for
really
real,
scary.
For real.
Like the language of these propositions is like,
No, and I even this is what I.
how can you read it and then be like, no?
This is what I even put in my notes as I was doing, because I thought it was gonna be a completely different triumphant vibe when we were
Yeah.
filming. Like, but I literally put on, like, you know, on the prompts it says like who's in support, who's against it.
Yeah.
I literally wrote in my notes. I was like, nurses and teachers are all for these prompts, but Howard Jarvis is against it. Who the fuck is Howard
No,
Jarvis?
we hate Howard Jarvis.
We hate you, Howard Jarvis.
Anything that Howard Jarvis was against, I am for.
No, like I was reading it because everyone that had his opposing view is like the teachers organization, the healthcare workers. Like, why are we going against our teachers? Why are we going against
Our healthcare
providers? With like, what are we doing? Like, that's
Yeah.
scary. Why is it like? Who the hell is Howard?
I don't know. And when I went to the like information like of the
Young Dems.
the meeting that I went to go over the propositions, they were like, all you need to know is that anything that Howard Jarvis is against, we are for. Fuck Howard Jarvis. I'm like, who is that?
Who the hell is Howard Jarvis? Can you Google its face?
Its face.
If you Google its face.
Ooh, I know my lisp is gonna be so
Howard, if you're
bad.
watching.
Ooh, Howard, if you're watching, please
No,
die.
it's scary. Howard Jarvis went. What?
Oh, he's dead. He's been dead.
So everyone just voted on behalf of a dead man? Oh, okay. Okay, the American flag behind him is crazy. Let me see. I mean, I shouldn't be like doing this right now. Like, I should look into it. But like, who the fuck is this man? Oh, he was in a movie.
Of course he was.
He was in a movie called Airplane. He wrote a book called I'm Mad as Hell.
Are you serious?
I know that's right, Howard. We're not mad about the same things, but I feel
But I'm mad as hell.
No, everyone's going to hell. Like, literally everyone's going to hell.
Why does he eat a sandwich like that? No. I'm out to get every motherfucker because I can't.
No, I
It's
feel
so
blindsided.
unbelievable. It's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah. I feel so blindsided.
I was stress cleaning my house the morning following the election, like the whole morning before I went to work. And I'm like digging my Swiffer into the floor, like working my arms. I'm so angry. I put on Kamala's speech in the background, and like they have all this music like before she comes out, and it's like All Right by Kendrick Lamar, like, and I literally just started crying. I was like, we're not going to be all right. We're not going to be all right.
Literally, the election, I literally was just in my room, like on FaceTime with a bottle. I finished an entire bottle of wine. Obviously, that's not that big of a deal. And the only coping mechanism that I know is be drunk, post create mode. So I was just posting create modes the whole night. The whole fucking night. What the fuck are we gonna do?
Well, okay.
God.
So everyone's been talking about the 4B movement.
Yeah.
I already have been a part of it.
Oh, weird. What is it?
The 4B
I don't know
movement.
what it is specifically, but I know it's a
Specifically,
woman-led movement.
I don't know too much. It is a woman-led movement. I think it started in South Korea,
I
where
saw that.
the women were like, we're not dating, we're not fucking, we're not marrying, like reclaiming our power, and like fuck you men, because like you don't take us seriously, and all you want to do is just fuck me. And like it's actually disgusting how men have just revealed themselves after this election. And I just like can't look at men on the street the same, like any of them.
Yeah.
I can't, because
Yeah.
I don't trust you.
No, yeah. And I said the thing about how like I will view people like, I mean, before everything that happened this past week, I would view people and like I assume that everyone's a good person until otherwise, but I feel like I get what you're saying. Like right now you're like, every man is the worst until you prove that you're not.
Yeah.
Like, and you have to
Honestly.
prove it. I get that.
And like that was already a space that had been created with
Totally.
men, and there was like so much good work going into that, where it was like men were feeling this need to prove themselves to be good. Like I was seeing it a lot, at least, like
Totally.
this like obligation, but now it creates this really scary space where like we're removing that obligation. Like you have to prove that you're good, which people should just do already. Like you
just
should
be
already
good.
just inherently be good as a man. But
Be good.
now
I don't
we're
wanna say it.
removing that like culture we created where men were like, I want to make this a safe space, especially for women, and now it's like we're erasing that completely.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
No, it's
No,
really wrong.
They're fine with it when they're like at the beginning, they're like, oh, let's do these good things, until they're close for to actually make changes to them.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's great for us to be good and fight for the, like, it's fine for me to say that, and then and girls like me, and they're like, oh, he cares so much, but they're like, wait, there's about to be a woman as president. I didn't want to go that far. Like, no, like it's telling and scary and weird.
In her comments section, all the comments are like, it's not your fault, like they're not ready for you yet. I'm like, why?
I mean, and we don't really even have to get into like her whole campaign either, because it needed to be addressed. The fact that she was black and that she was a woman, they never brought it up. They wanted to just, they literally just ran her as if she was like a straight cis white man and thought that her policies were going to be enough, knowing like
Well,
she
and
had
also,
to, like they
like,
had to address it.
A huge problem
never
was
did.
that like she wasn't the one running to begin with. Like her campaign wasn't long enough.
True.
They switched her out, or switched Biden out like hella like random, threw her in.
True.
Like that was a big mistake.
Yeah.
And Bernie Sanders's like message he put out, I was like, well, yes.
I skimmed it. What did it say?
It was just, we needed him.
We did. That is true. Trump
He
has
was
been
just
campaigning
like
for
critiquing the Democratic Party and like how they
really?
handled, yeah.
Good. I mean, Trump literally has been campaigning for the last 4 years. Kamala Harris has been the vice president, not thinking Joe Biden's stubborn ass was going to finally step down. So those are all that time. Everyone knew damn well he could not be the president again. Like,
Well, and it just
he took too long.
It made the Democratic Party look kind of like flippy floppy to be like, oh, he just now decided he's going out and we're throwing the VP in. Like,
After him,
it just didn't seem
yeah,
like very like well
thought out,
like well planned,
like,
and it wasn't. Like, it really wasn't, because Joe Biden was a Democrat, but he's still a man. He's still a stubborn ass man, and all these fuck ass men just like want to be in these positions of power. I'm so tired of men. I'm so tired of men. Like, I can't.
Bruh, I'm like, should we sit the rest of like 50 minutes in just silence? Like, let's just have a 50-minute. Oh, no. I mean, right now, with feeling the rage and the hurt, I guess all we can do, right, like in this second, right now, let's just try to throw some jokes and like
Yeah.
try to key.
If I don't throw jokes, I'm gonna start running over every white man I see in the street. So, like, I'm actually gonna start like.
And we are young. I guess people would argue, but like we're 22, we're young. We don't really know yet fully 100% what to do with and how to harvest our rage, like politically in a right way yet. Like, we'll get there. But like as of right now, being 22 and like feeling cheated by the entire country of people who I walk past by on the street, like I just feel mad and I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well.
We gotta link and build, y'all.
Yeah.
We gotta let's link and build. DM me and let's link and build. We need to organize, shorty.
The thing with that though is I'm like, how do we actualize that in a way where we can get something going that actually like makes change? It's just like such a place of hopelessness, and I want to be a part of it, and I just don't know. I feel like we're in a place in the world where like we've been so silenced.
Yeah. Yeah. What the fuck are we gonna do, bro?
You know what we're gonna do? We're not gonna run anyone over.
No.
I'm not gonna kill anyone.
No.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna make every single Ohio citizen watch Glee all the way through and turn it into a blue state.
Would it work? No, I mean
maybe. No, it wouldn't.
It's like the vibe of like people are like, I've never met a gay person. The only gay person they see through media that they know of gay people is Kurt Hummel. Is not gonna be good for like LGBTQ rights.
Or like,
it's not gonna be.
No, they're gonna see Quinn Fabray get pregnant and have the baby, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, she had it."
Quinn had the baby. Yeah, no. Actually, I don't think Glee's. I don't think any Ryan Murphy thing. Oh, is there an update on the Menendez brothers?
No. I also am curious as to if their new elected official for Los Angeles is the Republican candidate. Do you know?
I don't know.
Because there was a whole conversation about if their elected official became like a Republican candidate, then
they're gonna stay.
It would make it harder for the trial.
I thought it was.
It wouldn't become.
Gavin Newsom had to look into it and like to make the decision.
No, I don't think so.
Don't take all your info from TikTok. I mean, I'm not really in that. I do care. I think it's like really sad.
I mean, honestly, it's just, and that's another thing. Like, that does matter, but also like not really anymore.
What?
Like
Menendez brothers stuff?
Yeah, because there's something way bigger going on.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say. I was like,
yeah.
There's other things going on. I'm not really looking. Like, I have a lot going on.
Like, it really, really is terrible. But like,
fuck. I don't know if that mayor got elected. I know that Kim Kardashian lives for him, and they've endorsed him.
The mayor?
That Los Angeles Republican mayor? Yeah.
She makes no sense because she's like,
she
free the Menendez brothers, and then she's like endorsing the candidate that will keep them in jail.
I mean, that definitely makes sense. She's saying free the Menendez brothers because how she's perceived by the public is important, and she's saying vote for the Republican one because she's a billionaire. So it makes sense. Like, it doesn't.
No, because why is this about to be such a negative podcast where I'm like, fuck Kim Kardashian, fuck her and her wealth and her Republican ass.
I know.
Even though I love Kim, now I don't.
We're not, and we really are not trying to lead with anger.
No, yeah, it was like we have to address this, and we don't want it to be like such a sorrowsome podcast because it's like if you're gonna create media as people who are already feeling so disheartened, you want to create something that like doesn't make people feel that way. You want to like maybe be like some type of like light or outlet in everything going on. So
we're just feeling heavy.
Everyone's feeling heavy. Do you want to go for like a vibe shift?
Yeah.
Like to try?
You know what my mom used to do? Like getting me ready for school, and like if I'd wake, because I'm not a morning person at all. Like, and she would be like, the morning would just be bad, like, and I just would not want to get up, whatever. And she'd always be like, okay, like if it was a really bad morning, she'd be like, okay, Stan, take a deep breath. We can restart the day the next time we see each other. We can do that right now. Let's restart the podcast right now with good energy.
Yeah. All right.
I went to Pilates yesterday, and it was It was healing. I mean,
Mine,
obviously.
the morning after I went as well.
Yeah.
And everyone goes, I get there and tons of women, of course, and they're all like, I'm surprised everyone came. Like, I thought we'd all be too hungover. Like, everyone's talking about it. And then we get in there, we do our Pilates, we get out, and everyone's like, fuck him, like, fuck that fascist, like, in the hallways. I'm like, okay, honestly, I'm down for this. I thought all these old-ass white moms were like,
they're like, yay!
Yeah, I mean, and that's just the perk of living in California, like.
Yeah, I mean, we can live in, that's the other, okay, no, now we're just getting back
We're
on
back on it. We literally can't get away. But no, I mean, if there's going to be a podcast where we talk about serious shit, it's going to be this one. Like,
totally.
That is the advantage of living in California is like, while I still feel this like fear of people and being like, I don't think I can trust you. And like, I think that you hate me because I'm a woman and like all this shit. And I think you have like terrible morals, whatever. In California, we're really lucky because there actually is like a good community of people who do have good morals and did vote for the right thing. I mean, it's not as big of a community as I thought because California was actually pretty split.
Totally. And that's even what I was saying. I was like, girl, it does.
Seeing those numbers roll through was just
terrifying. I mean, it's like I lived like this is why like now and I have like subconsciously put myself in an echo chamber because I spent so much time like in middle school and stuff like arguing with people like to the point where like it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like if
so you surround yourself with
empathy,
people who are
like as being someone who like if I lead through empathy and I can't teach you empathy and I realized that by the time I was 15 and I like protect myself by existing in an echo chamber and like I've just been in it so long I forget and I felt so comfortable and I felt girl I wasn't worried at all. Like I'm so shocked. I thought like maybe it'd be close, but 75
I
million?
put money on it. Not a lot of money, but I was like, she's gonna win. And I said that like a year ago. I have had this money out with my friend like for like at least a year.
75 million people. Like that is so many.
And then it's so fucking crazy when you see like there's this website that's like international countries
global vote. I saw that.
And everyone voted for Kamala. It was like 97 to 3%. I was like, what is going on? Like, how? Because people are Trumpies are brainwashed.
Yeah. I mean, and like even in like stupid little fucking pointless videos that people, I mean, no, they are pointless that they do like just to like the street interviews when like nothing gets accomplished. They just want to make people look stupid either side. Like, but what I've noticed always is they'll be like, what political party do you side with? They're like, Trump, not a Republican, Trump.
That's not a party.
Like, that's not a party. Or they're like, what political party do you resonate with? I'm a Democrat, or I'd say I'm left leaning. No one's gonna say Kamala.
Yeah, no one says that.
No, like, what do you mean your political party is Trump? What? Religion by Lana Del Rey.
Republicans don't want to banish the two-party system, but they want the party of Trump.
Yeah, no, they want to banish the two-party system, and they want one party system of Trump.
Yeah, of Trump.
Trump.
Fuck. It's not funny at all.
His ass said, I'm not going to be a dictator, except for that first day. But I'm not... What?
Like, not even fine print.
Said it, dead ass. Said, if you vote for me this time, you will never have to vote in another election again. He literally said that. What does that mean? What does that mean? We all know what that means. Well, people with a fucking brain knows what that means. I'm
even
really scared.
People without brains know what that means.
I'm scared, bro. We have the Supreme Court passing laws that he can't be tried if he does something for the best of the country.
Is crazy.
That's terrifying. We have a 6-3 in the Supreme Court. Like, these people are so empowered. And I was texting my friend Declan about it. I was like, girl, I literally live my childhood home is 20 minutes away from an active KKK like chapter. These bitches are feeling real empowered.
That TikTok audio that it's like, you voted for someone who's endorsed by the KKK, and they're like, this is gonna be me at Thanksgiving this year. I'm like,
imagine knowing that this is someone that the KKK endorses, even if like you're like, oh, I don't agree with the KKK. You share values with them.
Even if you're like, oh, I don't agree with the KKK, is a crazy thing that we even have to talk about. Like, the fact that, like, because of fucking course you don't agree with the KKK. What?
The thing is, a lot of Trump supporters, no. Not of course they don't, because a lot of them
like,
do.
and that's crazy. Like, it's actually absurd. It's fucking nuts.
You voted for someone who embodies Hitler and said, like, now I'm just letting, like, so much rage. This isn't good for me. Like, this isn't good for any of us.
No, it's not good for any of us. It's not good at all. It's not good for anyone's mental health.
Let's try again
let's try again to sidetrack ourselves. I'm just going to talk about something entirely random and ask you a total, like, out of the left question.
Let's do it.
Would you donate your body to science?
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, my body means nothing to me. Well, like, when I'm dead, you know? It's just, like, a body. And, like, it could help people. I saw that one... Did you see that art exhibit where the person that donated their body to science and they cut their body like that? I
don't think that was an art exhibit. I think that was like a
medical thing.
I think that's like a science museum.
That's
like,
so cool. Like, that
is actually, I think, the thing I saw that inspired that question.
If I died, like, and that was me, like, and it was, and that's so cool.
Yeah, I agree.
That's so cool. I totally would. You
would
would too, right?
Yeah,
Are
of
you
course.
An organ donor?
I am. Well, okay. My first ID had the sticker of me being an organ donor, and then I ordered my new ID, and, like, I didn't do any more paperwork. Like,
but you're not anymore.
But the sticker isn't there. But I my paperwork is still filed, right?
I was even an organ donor on my fake ID.
That's funny.
No, like, yeah, totally.
I don't know. I need to, like, check that out, because I do want to be an organ donor. I mean, I don't really know if they want my busted organs.
I was about to say, my body, like, if I am like an organ donor, or, like, use my body for science, my lungs are gonna be the ones that they put next to healthy lungs and smoker lungs, like, in those, like, things. Like, they're gonna be, this is a smoker, this is someone who never smoked.
That is what they're gonna do.
Dead
and you know what? And your
what
organs will be used to help people quit smoking.
No, it won't. Did you ever look at those and be like,
well, and in the future, the technology is gonna be so good, maybe. If we have a future.
They're like, this is someone who vaped. It's going to be oily ass lungs.
No, they're going to have them, like, hooked up to, like, a hose, and they're going to pump them with air.
They do that now. Have you seen it?
No.
They do that
now.
Your
smoker lungs are just going to, like, be like... just, like, tiny little pulses. Like, when you're in your bridge, you got your tiny little pulses.
Ah, yes! No.
Pilates joke.
If you know, you know. No, I totally would.
Side note, I'm going back. I'm backtracking.
Go ahead.
Just for a second. Like, this is what, like, how, like, we're handling right now, I feel like, is, like, surrounding yourself with your people and, like, just, like, trying to, like, take a minute to, like, have a laugh and, like,
Community.
be okay. And, like, yeah. That's where we're at. We're at the blame stage, but we're also at the, like, let's just, like, surround ourselves with, like, good people and, like, we're okay. We have our community. Like, there are people that exist that are good and, like, just and want change, and no,
it's totally
it's
easy.
not okay, but we will figure it out.
It's totally easy to start feeling like, especially, like, marginalized groups of people, like trans women, like, feel like the whole world is against you and hates you, but, like, if you're around your people, you know, people care, like. And that's all we can do for right now. I mean, it's been 2 days.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
like,
really fresh.
It's really fresh.
We haven't even scabbed yet.
Honestly, this episode needs to be called "Try Not to Talk About the Election for an Hour."
Fair enough.
God, fuck.
Sorry to cut us off again, but
no, you're fine.
Just something important to say.
Totally.
And also to, like, kind of explain why we're able to laugh. Because even when I'm, like, laughing and enjoying myself, I'm, like, especially, like, with media and, like, something we're going to publish, I'm like, oh, my God, this feels wrong.
Yeah.
But, no.
Laughter is medicine.
We're still allowed to, like, be our individual self in spite of what's going on. And, like, if you can have a moment where you can laugh about something like your smoker lungs being on display in a museum, like, take that moment, please. And you deserve it.
Fuck.
I posted this meme did you see the meme that's like the basket of 1984 books by George Orwell, and it's like 1984 for every child.
What?
Have you read that book?
Yeah, I read it in high school.
And the text post is like 1984 for every child.
What do you mean?
Like every child in America now like needs to read.
Oh,
like
yeah.
every single child
they're about
needs
to ban
a copy of it. Yeah, they're about to ban it.
Girl, what? That was literally curriculum for me in high school.
Yeah, I read it
They're never
in high
reading that
school
book
too.
again. They're not reading Fahrenheit 451. They're not reading Animal Farm. Actually, they will read Animal Farm because it's communist propaganda. Okay, actually, now we're just... okay.
We're back on it. All right.
No.
Let me find something else to sidetrack us. I just know that people who don't like Trisha Paytas are not fun at parties.
They're not. They're too rigid.
Yeah.
Like, they're too rigid. She's so fun and so unserious, and everything's so unserious. Like, leave her alone. Leave her alone. There's always the one bitch, if, like, she's doing, like, some, like, partnership with anything she's posted anywhere, they'd be like, not her. Like, do you really, like, not her. Okay, then let it go. That's the same vibe with the bitches who, like, go when, like, Kylie Jenner was the cover of British Vogue, and they're on the Vogue, like, comments being like, I don't want to see them anymore. Like, enough of them. Like, girl, let it go. Not every media is curated for you specifically. If it's not for you, you don't like it. That's fine.
Yeah.
God. This is just...
Ooh, I'm like, do I have anything in here that'll bring you out of that?
I
Oh
know.
no, all my shit's angry.
Ooh.
All my notes are angry. I have like Glee killed Corey Monteith.
Okay. Why?
Okay, because
He's my birthday twin, by the way.
season 4, he is already going through like all of this addiction problems,
life.
and in real life,
Yes.
Corey Monteith is going through all these addiction problems. Like he was like wishy-washy with being on the show. That's why they put him in the Navy or the Army for the show, because they were like, he's inconsistent, he's an addict, like he's not fulfilling his duties, right?
Yeah.
And then season 4, he comes back, he's like still in and out, and they killed him because this is the plot line. They
killed him because he died, right?
No. They are the reason he killed himself.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
In real life.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
Sorry.
he's struggling with addiction, and they give him this character role of, one, he gets cheated on by Rachel Berry, who he was dating in real life, right?
They were at the time.
Yeah. And then, like, just, like, all these, like, devastating moments. And then they have him crash out in the Army because he shoots himself in the leg with his gun while he's trying to clean it. So, like, okay, your character's incompetent at even the thing that you're doing because you're incompetent. Not really incompetent, but struggling. And then they make him the Glee teacher, which... when Will Schuester was doing it, they were like, it's fun, it's sexy. Like, even if you don't think so, like, he was his character was supposed to be, like, fun and sexy, like doing the thong song and meeting the ginger and falling in love, whatever. But then, when Corey Monteith, when you make him the Glee teacher, sure, like, it gives him a little, like, shred of hope, but then you make it hella depressing, and, like, you create this atmosphere where it's like, oh, he's just the, like, show choir teacher now, and he's slugging around the high school, like... obviously he's gonna feel even more like shit if he's struggling and you give him these like bum ass digs on the show.
Those who can't teach mantra only exists for Corey Monteith's character, but not Mr. Schuster's weird grown ass. Ooh, because he was living vicariously through all
Will
those kids.
Schuester was more embarrassing,
A
like
lot more.
because he wanted to be on Broadway and shit, and then he was like. He tried, and then he's like, actually, I'll just stay with the Glee Club. Like, I love the Glee Club. And they still made it sweet, even though he was a crash out. But then Finn Hudson, who was a crash out, while Corey Monteith was actively crashing out.
They pushed him.
They pushed him.
They definitely didn't help.
Also, people who dressed up
What?
as Priscilla and Elvis for Halloween. Come on.
Come on.
In 2024.
Come on. I don't... Oh, how did the movie end? I remember I watched it, and I remember being like, no offense to Sofia Coppola, no offense to Romy Mars. I remember being like, nah.
I liked that movie, but I can't remember how it ended either.
I liked it visually.
Visually, yeah.
And I was like, but I remember not thinking it was great. But Don't dress up as fucking Elvis and Priscilla. Like
That's wrong.
That's horrible. That's like close to like dressing up to like the Menendez brothers.
It's a little
Dressing up as
different.
victims. They're dressing up as victims, both
Yep.
of them.
Okay, the Menendez brothers, if you're dressing up as both the Menendez brothers, you're dressing up as two victims. If you're dressing up as Elvis and Priscilla, you're dressing up as a victim and her abuser.
That's like
Worse. It's worse. It's way worse. It's worth.
Okay, wait.
frickin'
Can I ask
lisp.
you?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Have you ever considered that Dr. Pepper is a woman doctor?
I've seen this and no. But Dr. Pepper is androgynous to me.
I don't know why. I've always like, hey, check my internal bias. I always was like, oh, like, yeah, masculine.
When I pictured
Dr.
Dr.
Pepper's a
Pepper
woman.
in my head, Dr. Pepper is androgynous, and they look like the M&Ms. Like, it's just like a Coke can. It's like not a Coke. It's like a Dr. Pepper can with legs, arms, and googly eyes. Like,
Dr. Pepper's a woman.
and it has like such an androgynous voice, but it's goofy. It's like, I'm Dr. Pepper. And you're like, are you a woman or a man? I don't know. It doesn't matter. You're Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper's a woman.
Dr. Pepper cannot be defined to a gender because Dr. Pepper is an accumulation of so many things.
Okay.
They're like 32 flavors. Like, there's no way that Dr. Pepper is a woman or a man.
Okay. What did Nora Smith make? Did she make Coca-Cola or did she make Dr. Pepper?
I don't know. I
I
didn't.
think she made Coke. You don't watch all of her videos? Like every single one? I watch every single one. I'm obsessed with her. Have been. She's gorgeous. She kind of is like, what's that girl that used to date Harry Styles and they just broke up? Taylor
Russell?
Taylor Russell.
Yeah.
She reminds me of her, but the cooking version. And like taller. Fuck. Dr. Pepper is a woman.
Okay.
Okay.
I love Dr. Pepper, though, and I'm really happy that they are now the second most popular soda in the U.S.
Yeah.
I'm proud of them.
That's Ashley just told me that. Dr. Pepper is now, and I love Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is number 2. Do you like diet sodas?
No.
Me neither.
I hate diet soda, and if you drink diet soda, you're crazy.
No, because you know it's not.
It's
And,
not good.
It's not good.
And it's not good for you.
It's worse.
It's worse.
It's worse.
Those artificial sugars.
I feel the same way about like people being like, wow, whatever was going right there just stopped, and I'm feeling like so much clarity right now.
Yeah, me too.
Fuck.
Yeah, that was crazy. I hope that wasn't getting picked up the whole time, but it totally
If
was.
it was, and now it's done, I know y'all feel that clarity too.
Yeah, no. Peace of mind.
God, I feel so relaxed.
Yeah, that was anxiety inducing. I can't.
What was I even saying? Okay, I feel the same way about like stevias and artificial sugars that like I feel about vapes versus cigarettes. I'm like, girl, like we don't know much about like the effects of stevia still to this day.
Well, we were talking about vaping earlier and how like you're just hitting it all day, every day.
Yeah. Hit it all day, every day. Club, bus, another club, type shit. Type shit. No, Dr. Pepper is number 2. I'm obsessed with that.
Me too.
It's really bad.
The worst podcast ever.
Okay, I know. Our worst episode ever. This. I want you to give me your opinion on this.
Okay.
Sitting on the toilet thinking about the time my boyfriend shot himself in front of me and his mother told the police I did it. And I went to jail, but luckily he woke up and I got released.
You're so lucky he woke up. Girl, you're lucky as hell.
Also, is that a situation where like the mom is like a boy mom coded, like
Yeah.
I hate you?
Yes.
Or is it like she probably is fucked up but she's like, she did it.
No, I think that's one of those moments where the mom is like, I love my son so much. She probably doesn't even like the girlfriend.
Yeah.
She's probably just like, she probably did it.
My mom told the police I did it.
What's wrong with you?
What if he died?
She would be in jail.
What if he died?
Well, no, don't they just like fingerprint the gun and then like there's ways to know with like how the bullet moved to be like, oh, like he did it to himself.
Yeah.
And I only know that because I watch true crime and like.
But what if he did
like
it like this with his thumb?
That's not funny. But, like, I wonder if that would work as a setup.
Oh, I'd do that. And can you hold this real quick?
Oh, I'd do that.
Can you hold this real quick? You hold it. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Nope. Sorry. That.
Oh.
No, that's evil as fuck. And it's also, he is an evil, sinister man, because what do you mean he shot himself in front of you? Why would he shoot himself?
No.
No, I was thinking about that. For, like,
No, honestly, she probably has to be evil, too, for him to shoot himself right in front of her.
Or maybe he's just a manipulative man.
Yeah, but manipulative men like that, like, are too egotistical to die. Like, they don't want to die. They want to be alive so they can, like, torture you. Yeah.
Torture you.
Oh my god, this episode.
Melancholy.
Everyone's evil. Everyone's a manipulator. Everyone's maniacal.
This melancholy vibe. Like,
Melancholy vibe.
Fuck. Okay, well. Well, Ashley's fostering kittens.
I am fostering kittens and
That's
they're driving me
thing.
crazy.
Fuck. No, they like those little bitches are. They're like sneaky, and they run. They move so fast.
They can now like jump up and like grab onto fabric with their claws and like climb up like furniture, which is terrifying. They like jump up like a flying
How
squirrel.
much do they
and
even weigh right now?
I don't know.
You only keep them until they're 2 pounds.
2 pounds, but I also need them to get their shots next
I feel like
weekend.
they're probably 2 pounds by now.
They're probably only 2 pounds because fat ass full bellies all the time.
No, they have like when you pick them up, they have the fullest pot bellies ever.
They're very cute.
They're so cute.
They're evil. They already need to go.
I was just about to say like, we like the boy one more than the girl, but I stopped myself because I was like, oh, what if they see this? But they can't.
They can't
see this.
And also, I'm tired of saying, I don't like boys anymore though. That boy cat is like the only
boy. He's just so sweet and gentle.
He's very sweet, and he like, she's evil. She just like jumps up on stuff and is like clawing at everything.
Yeah.
And he minds his business. He just sleeps.
He just sits there. And then
he sits there.
Hits him.
We smoked last night, and whenever I smoke it, and I don't do it a lot actually, but I did last night. Whenever I smoke it, and I'm around the kittens, they freak me the fuck out. They look like little aliens with their creepy little kitten eyes. And like we come inside, and Brian's cooking in the kitchen. I like look over, and he's like sitting there just like staring off into space, hella still, like staring at nothing,
couch, like
with his little beady blue eyes, just like. And I'm like, Brian, look at that. What is going on?
They are creepy as
What
fuck.
is it doing?
No, they're creepy.
It's literally just like its brain is developing and it's like using critical thinking. Maybe it's like
we're watching his frontal
he's just like staring at the
lobe
piano
develop.
and he's like, how can I jump on that? And I'm like, he's plotting like
No,
murder.
I always like used to feel like that when I smoked weed a lot. I like whenever I'm like around and if I'm like too high and if I'm around animals inside of a house, like I'm like, you should be outside. Why are you in here? And I get really freaked out looking at them. I'm like, you are a completely different like species than me. Like it makes me think of like
we actually have no way to communicate. We kind of just like
no. Yeah.
There's sounds that you recognize like food and treat and outside, but you don't know what I'm saying.
You don't know what I'm saying. You know my tone. You know, like it.
And you don't know my intentions. Like if I take too heavy of a step next to you, you think I'm gonna kill you and step on you.
They get so scared. Like they make me feel like I'm the fattest bitch ever. Like if I'm walking anywhere, they like start running. Like the ground's vibrating like crazy. But like calm down. It's not that bad.
Nobody's stepping on you. We're actually all hyper aware of not stepping
Literally.
on you.
Oh, y'all be creeping.
And they piss me off because they're not supposed to sleep in my bed, but because I'll crush them in my sleep because I can never sleep still. But they don't want to be locked up in the little playpen, which honestly, they're so big, they shouldn't be these days. So I've just been putting them in the bathroom. But some nights I just like put them down in their playpen, leave it open so they can run around, go to the bathroom, eat food. And I go to sleep, and then I wake up in the middle of the night, and the girl one is like laying right next to my face. And I only know because I'm like half asleep because I'm worried that like they're gonna like get in my bed. And I wake up and I reach my arm out in my sleep and I feel something warm and it's going.
She loves it.
I wake up and I'm like, oh hell no. on the ground. Get out.
No, it's so bad. The other night, literally, when I'm like laying and I hear like something trying to crawl up the bed, like through the little crevice, I see it and I like put the flash in the fucking pen and I see only one cat. I'm like, shit. I go and grab her and I put her in. And when I look, the other cat's gone now too. So I put her back in and I'm like, fuck, hopefully like 15 minutes later, he comes crawling up the crevice. I don't know how they do it. Like even put a pillow there to block it. They're like, like, it's a lot.
It's a lot. They're a lot. They're just at that age, and they're biting, and they're
squatching.
digging at. Yeah, no, they're a problem.
So funny. But it's good, and honestly, I do pity them a little because their mom abandoned them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now they think I'm their mom.
Literally.
I was really appreciating the little things like a week ago. Because that was the time where you can like appreciate the little things.
Yeah.
I was driving back from San Francisco, and I was just listening to my music and like, you know, feeling my moment, enjoying solitude.
Uh-huh.
And I had this thought, and I literally like pulled out my Siri while I'm driving, and I'm like, podcast topic.
Uh-huh.
And it is this. It is me appreciating the little things. I like got in a huge car accident when I was a kid. Never drove on the freeway until I moved to college.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like just driving on this freeway from San Francisco to Sacramento. And I'm like just feeling so proud of myself. I'm like, wow, like I used to be so terrified. And now I'm like owning these streets. Like,
I remember the first time I drove on the freeway because I didn't drive on the freeway for like 3 months until after I got my license. And I was literally driving to your house. I was so scared, got on the freeway. And when I got off on the exit like to your house, I was like, yes. And I remember like there was a man like holding up signs like asking for money, and I was like, here you gotta give him $10 because I was like, yes, I'm so happy. I think about that $10 a lot, especially right now. I wish I had that $10. Like I need it.
yeah.
I have nothing. Okay, why is everyone calling me? No, that's good. I mean, it's good that at least you had like a week to like practice your gratitude. It's beautiful, I think. Sorry, my mom called, but at the end, she's like, oh, are you guys talking about the Drumala with Kamala? Girl.
Talking about the drumala with our countryala.
Good. I thought she had it in the bagala. That was one of the things I fucking posted on my story. I really did.
No, I saw that and that was funny.
I
thought she had it in the bagala.
I literally did, and that's whatever.
And now I'm about to move internationally.
Internationally. La, 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 la. Fuck. Now we back on it.
The title of this podcast will be trying to not talk about the election for an hour.
You getting a little chilly?
No.
No. Oh, I am.
I'm cold-blooded these days.
And I didn't bring my I'm for thermal. That's fine. Fuck.
Moment of silence. Fuck. No, it was fucked up. And the night of the election...
You were at the Jacqueline.
I was at the Jacqueline. I was at this...
Talk about what you ate. I mean,
I had good food. And we were all sitting there and, like, the numbers weren't really in yet. So it was like, this is so exciting. She's going to win. This is great. All these women in the room, like...
Yeah. By the time of that second plate.
No, and me on my story, like, the day I voted, I'm like, it felt so good to, like, go in the poll and vote for a woman in this building where my parents used to take me when they would vote and I was a kid. Oh. Stripped.
Yeah.
Of that joy. But we have a long life ahead of us, hopefully, if the universe doesn't go up in flames due to climate change. Fuck you, Donald Trump.
Fuck you, Donald Trump. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Bitch.
We hopefully have long lives ahead of us, and there is a lot of time to do work and see a woman in office.
Totally.
A lot of time.
Totally.
So.
Totally. I mean, I think it's really important. And, like, a lot of the close, like, men, white, like, very left-leaning friends that I have, like, they, like, obviously hate every president. And, like, they'll be like, they bring up Obama. He's the worst. Like, blah, 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 I hate Obama. Like, he didn't do anything. That's it. And I'm talking to him. I'm like, well, even if, like, politically, like, he didn't do anything, if that's what you believe, he, like, set a standard to, like, show kids of color that they could be. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel the same way about a woman being president. You know what I mean? Imagine, like, how different, like, kids who are now, because I was, what, 6 when he was elected. Like, imagine a 6-year-old girl, like, the first president that they consciously know of is a woman. You know what I mean? Like, how much that would, like, help their confidence and make them, you know what I mean? Like, it's not even really about that, because we're fucked either way. It's not even, the president isn't the one who's making all these moves either way. You know what I mean? Like, girl, we need a woman president.
The two extreme outcomes of this election were just crazy. Like, they were total polar opposites. It was literally, like, there was going to be, like, a black woman in office who was going to be inspiring to, like, young women and young black women and all of this, and creating these policies for climate change, whatever. And then the opposite of that was a president who was going to, like, instill in young men that, like, they can terrorize women and, like,
we should be afraid of immigrants, like, survival of the fittest, like, we don't need to help other people, like, pull yourself up, like,
it's just total opposite outcomes in the most extreme of ways. And, like, one was extremely positive and one was, like, extremely devastating.
Yeah. Fuck you, Donald Trump.
And fuck you, half of America.
Ever seen that video of Addison Rae meeting him at the wrestling match? Like,
no.
in, like, I think, like, 2019, like, before COVID, and, like, she, like, comes... No, I think it was 2020. Or maybe it was 2021. I don't know. But she, like, he's at the wrestling match that she's at, and she, like, comes up behind, and she's like, hi, like, I just had to come up and say hi, like, it's so nice to meet you.
Addison,
come to the front.
And that's why Diet Pepsi went down.
It didn't, and don't talk about Diet Pepsi like that.
That's why. Well, Dr. Pepper's up.
Oh.
Sit down, bitch.
Stop. I still love you, Addie. I forgive you. You're a girl from a small town in Louisiana.
I don't forgive her.
Oh, she's a girl from a small town in Louisiana. Of course, when she's 18 years old and finally moves to LA, like, she still is like, oh, well, Trump, because everyone around me loves Trump. I doubt she believes those things anymore now that she's, like, been engulfed in, like,
yeah, I hope so, but she still hangs out with the Kardashians, so I don't know. But did you see that video of Ted Cruz with his daughters in the background?
No.
Ted Cruz is, like, giving this speech the other night, and he, like, is like, and I'm so happy to announce Donald Trump as our president, and, like, people start clapping, and his older daughter, who's, like, smiling in the back, just, like, because she's a part of the family and she's underage, like, she has to be there. So everyone starts clapping, and she, like, makes this nasty rank ass face in the shot, and she's like, don't clap at that. Like, you can see her mouth it. Hell yeah. And, like, yeah.
Bad Jenny Ting.
Yeah, I was like, yes,
bad
this
gal.
girl.
She a bad gal.
Bad gal.
Bad gal.
No, she's a good gal.
Good gal. I love that. Good for her.
Yeah, no, it was awesome.
I don't know, such an awkward, like, place to be in. Like, I think of, like, Claudia Conway. Do you remember?
Did you see her video the other day? Awesome video.
The one about her, like, finding ways to, like,
in her blue suit,
be okay with her. Wait, what video are you talking about?
She posted a video a couple days, or I think after the election. She's, like, in a blue suit, like, talking about the, like, I honestly didn't watch it all
about
right there.
The piece she did with the New York Times or, like, Impact or something, where she's, like, talking about how it's if you don't know who Claudia Conway is, she's, like, this. In 2020, she was this, like, 16-year-old girl whose mom is Kellyanne Conway, who was, like, in President Trump's cabinet, and her father, who also was in politics, and he's Republican, and she was, like, very liberal, and she would go on TikTok and, like, just talk shit about the Republican Party, like, about Trump being president, like, about COVID, about all this stuff, and, like, it was a huge thing. A few days ago, I see, and, like, she kind of just disappeared, like, I remember, like, last year, she, like, did this interview and said that, like, well, I would say I'm more moderate now, like, as I've grown up, like, I'm more moderate, I'm not as liberal, and I think, like, I just was rebelling against my parents by being so liberal, whatever. I saw a video of her a few days ago, like, they did a piece on her talking about, like, how she rebuilt this connection with her parents, even though they have different political views. And she's like, the first step is you need to forgive them.
I have some thoughts. I moved to D.C. because my mom took a job with the Trump administration in 2016. When Donald Trump was elected, I was 12 years old. When he ran against Joe Biden, I was 16, and now I'm 20 years old. So we've been doing this for over 9 years. Through my eyes and my unique perspective, I just want to tell you all how gravely serious the stakes of this election are. And I know there are a lot of you who have reached out to me who are unsure of whether or not to cast their ballot this year. If you are still undecided or still wary on whether or not to cast your ballot, I get it. We're living in a polarizing time with intense rhetoric, but I do encourage everyone to get to the polls today if you can. I think it's really important that we all exercise our constitutional right to vote. And it wouldn't be fair for me to stand here and tell you what I think you should believe in. That wouldn't be productive. But I encourage everyone to go vote today with an open mind and open heart, and hopefully we can bring our nation together one day.
Okay, yeah, maybe I should have watched that video all the way through because
that's what I'm saying. No, not everyone needs to go and exercise their right to vote because some of you should have just stayed the fuck home.
Yeah. I actually literally just like watched 2 seconds of this video and I was like, yes, in your blue suit with the blue heart after your caption.
She literally has...
If you're going to wear the blue suit and put a blue heart in your caption, tell them who the fuck to vote for, bitch, because clearly you're not voting for Trump.
It's like not, and this is like, and that's the part that is so infuriating about what a lot of like...
Unlike...
influencers and people were saying like, exercise your your right to go vote. You are literally an influencer. So, and you can be like, well, it's not my job to talk about politics. You get paid so much money for people to look at you and influence them. You can spend the time to research these things and give your opinion.
Well, and you should want your audience to like be people who agree with
this was not an election where you can be like, use your heart and do what you want. No, I don't accept it. I don't think it's right. You're not diplomatic for staying neutral on camera. You are disgusting. Honestly. It's gross. And don't even get me started on Chapel Roan.
I don't know what did she say anything?
About her refusing to endorse. She's like, I'm not endorsing either candidate.
I don't keep up with that dumb bitch. I'm sorry.
Okay, don't go on.
She's a dumb fucking bitch. I don't care. I don't keep up with her.
No, she's like, literally, at the time of it too, one of, if not the most talked about artist at the time. And she's in front of being like, I'm not endorsing anyone. And she's not saying it flat out that she's not voting for a presidential candidate. And she's like, I'm not endorsing anyone. I'm not saying I'm voting for anyone. And then everyone's like, why would you say that? When the other, like, you're leaving it too blank. Like, you have a right to do that. This is your job. This is your job. You need to be doing
especially this. With how she presents herself.
Yeah, and then like she gets backlash because people are like, that was too like weird. Like, it was weird. And then she was like, you guys can't read between the lines of what I'm saying. Like, da-da-da. This is not a time for nuance. This is a time for you to be straight up and straightforward. And then she's like, I'm voting for fucking Kamala. And says Kamala. And she's like, yeah, in case you want to know, I'm voting for fucking Kamala. Like, girl, you're disgusting. Actually, I don't even want to be mean. Like,
no.
And that's just like the other part of like this girl from the Midwest, this white woman from the Midwest who like doesn't think it's going to affect her.
Because it's not.
No, it will though.
Not her rich ass.
Well,
she's fine.
Yeah, but like I'm like, you have a duty to the people who bankroll your lifestyle.
I just wish Grimes like did more with Elon Musk. Like, I feel like she could have infiltrated some way. She could have done something.
Well, no. He infiltrated on her.
I know, and she could have done something.
Yeah, Grimes.
Bitch, come on.
You could have done something more than. Oh my God, girl. Fuck yeah, he infiltrated on her. So
no,
sad.
You know what? If Chapel Roan gave a fuck, she would have been like NOTTOGO. I encourage you not to go to the polls.
Yeah, like
if you're voting for Trump.
She's like, I'm not endorsing any candidate. I'm not endorsing any candidate. You're not diplomatic. You're not more intelligent. You are not this nuanced crazy. This is not a topic to us to have to read between the lines of what you're saying.
Isn't she gay?
Yeah, she's queer. I don't know if she's fully a lesbian, but
like,
she identifies as a queer.
What the fuck is wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
This is why I can't keep up with her. And you know what? That's why your crowds are always mid at your concerts, because they see right through your fake ass. And that's why it was all these like white blonde bitches in pink cowboy hats singing at your concerts. I didn't really know any of the words when I saw her live at Outside Lands. It's all of these like white blondies with their pink cowboy hats and their skinny jeans singing her songs. And I'm like, I'm confused on your audience. I'm confused.
I will say all the Trump supporter women that I know, they do love Chapel Roan. And like, yeah.
She's a fucking mole. She's a fucking mole.
Is Chapel Roan sent in by the CIA. Also,
She's an
once again-
industry plant by
once
Elon
again-
Musk.
Stop it. Once again, the thing about that also like made me so mad about her being like, I'm voting for fucking Kamala. With her intentionally, because at this point you're intentionally mispronouncing her name, or the fact that you're even saying anything about it all, like, because the reason this all started because they asked her about it on an interview, and like she was like, I don't want to talk about it, like da da da. First of all, your publicist should have said before the interview, don't ask her about that. Or second of all, if you said anything at all and you want to make a whole video, either one, you haven't researched enough to like hear someone say her name, or
Right.
two, you're intentionally being disrespectful, especially when you are the bitch that was getting mad at people for mispronouncing your name. That isn't even your real name, your stage name. How dare you? How dare you? Chappelle
Chaperon.
like, what the fuck? Oh, now I'm just see, but this is okay. Actually, see, we're just leading with so much anger right now. like I just want to blame. I just want to blame.
Well, everyone's
Everyone.
angry.
Everyone's angry. Everyone's angry. Tapping my little boot. God, and the coffee was not like. I mean, the coffee's just giving me more energy. Like, because I've been dying to say that about Chapel Row.
I know, you've been holding back.
We did talk about it, and then we cut it out. We were in the. we talked about it.
We talked about it on our first podcast.
And then we cut it out. I was like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to do that.
And but you know what? She showed up and she kept presenting herself hella wrong. And
yeah,
you built a stack of evidence, and now it is our right to give our views as the jury. Like, we've come to a decision.
What's the point about you having this like influence and fighting for 10 years if you don't want to do it use it for something good? What's the point? Really? Like, what's the point?
I just can't, because like her whole like bit where she wears that like band costume and like dances around the stage with like her backup dancers as cheerleaders. You know what I'm talking about? She like did this music video to one of her songs.
Oh, Hot to Go.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm the hot band nerd now,
Yeah.
and like everyone bullied me and they were cheerleaders, but I'm like the band geek. They didn't bully you hard enough.
Okay. Stop it.
Sorry. Actually,
Stop
that was
it.
wrong.
That was wrong as fuck.
There should be no more bullying in a world where our president is a bully.
Ever. Yeah.
But no, fucking, if you're like a Trumpy ass bitch, get bullied. Because I'm gonna bully you.
T. Try not to talk about the election.
So,
I don't really think we have much to talk about. I mean, this was a really hard week. Even that aside, like, I don't think I like had a lot of notes to write down anyway. Like, I don't know. I think we should probably just end it here.
yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video. I really hope at least like maybe this, if anyone is watching, is like, I get you, like I see you,
Yeah.
like we're together.
Totally. I
I
mean,
hope you feel that way.
it's really fresh. It's been 2 days. I urge everyone to organize. I urge everyone to low-key stay mad. And even myself and, like, both of us, we need to find a way to channel our anger, our rightful anger, into something that can hopefully, even though it feels like it's so far away, hopefully change something. So we're not stuck in this stupid fucking system with a bully, fascist, abuser president.
That part.
All right.
Well,
Well,
all the love from over here.
yeah, I mean, like, after all the hateful things
After
we just
all,
said.
after how angry we are, like
Love.
knowing that like people are watching and like share this anger,
Totally.
like it's love between us.
Totally.
We're all angry,
Yeah.
but there is community and
There's
is love
community.
there, and let's just stick with that. You know, that's all we can do.
We have to. There's so much hate in this world. We have to rise above.
And will.
All right.
All right, bye guys.
Bye, y'all.